Everybody, Flash Risman back again in Ambition. Now, where were we? We were in June. I assume that's French for June. A party. Let me check something, but the volume in the music seems particularly loud, and I can't get to. I can't get to. I can't get that, can I? No, I can't. Journal. Why do I get to settings? The music just kind of seems really loud. Oh well. In fact, yeah, it is far too loud. I must go back. Okay, so yeah. Okay, what am I doing? I come lost track of myself. Bourgeoisie. Yep, this will do. Go to the party. Yeah, head straight to the party. Yep, lost credibility has gone up. Yep, fine. She bourgeoisie, yeah, gossip. Yep, everybody likes that. Cool. Now let the games begin. Right, what we got a choice of? We've got Honorade, Madame Gazelle. I tell Peppa Pig. My little boy started watching for some bizarre reasons, started watching Peppa Pig again. Anyway, I digress. Strolling through the party, you manage to spot a Madame Gazelle from across the room. She's with a man who seems very excited to speak with her. Upon close inspection, he is the only one excited about this conversation. She looks absolutely apathetic. Seeing an opportunity, you decide to approach them. Though some might consider it a simple industry, there's a lot more complexity to wallpaper importing than one would imagine. He says before favouring Honorade with a sly wink, and that's where where there's misunderstanding, there's profit. Oh wow, Madame Gazelle replies. That's absolutely fascinating. I never considered that before. I can't stop thinking about Peppa Pig now. It's like a little earworm. She is lying. However, I'd hate to take up too much of you. I'd hate to take up your time too much with all this talk about business. This is a social event after all, and I'm sure you have a lot to attend to. He grins even wider and replies, "Oh, don't worry yourself, Madame Gazelle. My schedule is entirely open. In fact, Yvette, is that you?" Madame Gazelle walks over and leads you into this conversation by hand. "I've never been so glad to see you before, I'll bet. Have you met Monsieur Yvette? I'm sorry to interrupt, Mademoiselle, but don't we have an appointment to keep?" The banker looks puzzled by this new development. "Oh yes," Mademoiselle suddenly replies. "How could I be so forgetful? Yvette and I have some business we need to attend to. My apologies, monsieur, we must go." With that, she puts a hand on your waist and leads you both away from the banker before he can formulate a proper objection. "Mon Dieu, you are a lifesaver," she whispers to you. "If I had to tolerate that any longer, I would have gouged my eyes out." Ooh. The worst part of this is that I actually do need advice on what I should be doing with Charles's fortune. I never took enough interest on specifics of his work, and now I'm floundering. If you need advice, she bursts out laughing and keeps laughing for a while. At one point, you're absolutely certain you've heard a snort. Oh, don't you dare! If you're going to be any displays of wanton cruelty, I'm the one who'll be doing them. You get a little more favour. That word, Madame Gazelle's loyal servant Rennie interrupts with a look on his face to suggest something important needs to be addressed. Honorade sighs in response to a slight gesture of her own. The servant hands you a bone-coloured business card. There's no name printed on it, merely an address. While it appears that I must go, you should write me a letter. I would love to see you in a place where none of these people are able to interrupt us. That is, if you're amenable to such company. You can rendezvous with Madame Gazelle. Oh. With that noise, she leaves. The scent of perfume stings in the air. Okay. Alright, this gets better and better and better. You take your time to savour the scent hanging in the air before tucking her business card into your bodice and return to the rest of the party. Yeah, I can't remember if I last episode. I really want to pursue the conversation more. Oh, 2 of 3. Joanna and Honorade. Ew. I've really got to have a look at this one. Megan is speaking to some woman There's a woman there, Your Honour. Something about seeing these two together putting you on edge. You see Madame Gazelle at the party. It seems like it doesn't seem to kind of take into account. I've just had a conversation with her, so this shouldn't be. It comes like it's a surprise we've seen her. You see Madame Gazelle at the party and try to approach, but you notice she's not alone. There's another woman with her. It takes you a few minutes to recognise Joanna Desjardins, the woman that Armand's been associated with as of late. She turns to you. Bonsoir, Yvette. Fancy seeing you here. Look, she's evil. Look at her. Fancy seeing you here as well. Always a pleasure to see you on Madame Gazelle. You step into conversation. Madame Gazelle gives you a hidden smile. Generally glad to have your company. You get a little favour. As I was saying before, continues Jordan as she flags down a servant who requests 3 glasses of wine. Oh, we only need 2 of those, says Arnaud quietly, but the servant doesn't seem to notice it. Instead, he generously fills 2 glasses and sets them down on the table in front of you. What I saw in Austria when I was there was fascinating. The whole of Roman Empire has enacted reforms focused on social progress and stability. I'm sure you already know that stability is a necessary part of any growing economy. Joanna doesn't seem to notice, but Honoré isn't paying attention. She's staring at the wine in front of her, clutching tightly to a glass of water in her hand. What's wrong? Do you not like this particular vintage? No, it's just Madame Gazelle replies, distantly, swallowing hard. And let's have a taste. Joanna took a glass and holds it aloft. How about to cooperation and prosperity? You see Madame Gazelle, and she's reaching for a glass, but her hand is shaking. Let's hold off on the test. I'd rather hear more specifics on what you saw in Vienna. Thinking fast, you snatch up the glass and finish it in a single draught, followed swiftly by your own. You shudder at the feeling of so much liquid hitting your stomach all at once. Honoré stares at you completely dumbfounded. Joanna is less than enthused by this display. What the devil is wrong with you? She asks loudly enough for the guest to hear. Decent amount of peril. Begone, you uncultured swine. Madame Gazelle composes herself at the sound of this assault on your character. Joanna, perhaps you should be the one that leaves. Joanna stares at you, both of you mute with fury. Without another word, she leaves, a rage palpable. Thank you, Yvette. That was brave of you. Don't know about it was nothing. Well, it was something to me, she replies, standing put off. Oh. Listen to me, she rolls her eyes. She laughs and rolls her eyes. I'm supposed to be his powerful, cool and in command. I'll forgive you this time. Oh, how generous of you, Madame Descartes. Madame Gazelle says, giving you a theatrical curtsy. Yeah, again, I comment how this. We met on a raid on the last run, but we didn't meet until really late on in the game. So one of the things we never really kind of perceived where this went. You and Gazelle chat a little for a little while long before parting ways. While the worst has been avoided, she still looks exhausted by the thought of what could have been. You look around the pot to check if there's anything else you can do before the end of the evening. Okay, so what's more mundane things now? Yep, I recognise this one. It's just drunk person. Pale woman discussing the business rumours. That's basically follow one and get to tell you what's going on. Or we've got. Let's go with this one. Or much of a muchness, really. You find yourself chatting with an interesting pair of women. They both manage their own personal fortunes and are trying to invest in businesses all across the city to grow their wealth. You rarely get a chance with women like this even in Paris, which is what initially drew you into the conversation. Apparently, all of this business causes them no shortage of stress. When people are stressed, they tend to say exactly what's on their mind, which means it's exceedingly easy to find new gossip. You can cheap bourgeois gossip. How are things doing with the new team put you've been looking to invest in? Her companion sighs. Well, it was going to be easy, but of course something had to come up and get in the way of everything. She turns to you and looks embarrassed. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is all just business. I don't want to bore you with a mountain of trivial details. You get your teeth into the shape of a smile. The mountain of trivial details is exactly what you need. Please, can we discuss something? Please, we can discuss something more germane. Or really she's just generally trying to determine if you're just human, not just humouring her. Well, that's okay, so let's forge on with the woman chimes in, brimming with excitement. You get a little credibility. They start explaining the latest issues going on amongst the bourgeoisie. As far as you can tell, every functioning business in Paris is connected in some way or another. If one then starts to run into issues, it ripples out to everyone else. Sometimes you feel like you've never left your village. Everyone is always bumping into each other and being rebuked for inconveniencing people they're barely ever given a thought to. Everyone is connected, so they all feel like they're allowed to judge you for your decisions. You chime with a few observations of your own, but otherwise let them talk while you take it as much as possible. Gossip is easy when it's people you know. When you don't, it's a difficult task just to keep all the details straight. We gaze a shocking piece of bourgeoisie gossip. You thank for their time and make a graceful exit. As you leave, they regard you with a wary fascination. They're so unused to outsiders taking interest at all that they can't understand why anybody would care about the details of their concerns. Okay? Coalition members have been investing large amounts of money in hot air balloons. A lawyer recently got into a fist fight with an aristocrat who tried to claim his seat at the opera. Is this a sign of abuse by nobility or the lawyer's unnecessary prudence? Okay? Right, next, 3rd June 1789. We have got a rendezvous with, is this with Elizabeth? It is. So she is of the crown. We need some new clothes. Let's go with our provincial dress. After spending the first half to get ready, you head out for your rendezvous. Yep. We've got a massive credibility hit. You return to the peaceful and well-manicured greenery of the Jardin des Plantes. Couple stroll in the past, share furtive glances and nods of respect as they put forth their best efforts to see and to be seen. A few minutes later, Elizabeth arrives after taking moments to carefully look as she approaches you. You look absolutely stunning, she gushes as she looks over at you. You notice her empty hand idly sketching you in the air. You gain quite a lot of bit of favour, Elizabeth. I think we already know that after previous meetings. Looking away from you, she surveys your location. Elizabeth looks around at the Jardin des Plantes and smiles. Oh, Yvette, this is absolutely lovely. I could use a little relaxation. Gain some more favour. You two of you store together, working less closely as laws of society will allow, without suspicion. Occasionally you stop furtively to point and giggle together at a particular couple. Some of them are just silly and foolish, but others will make for great inspiration for her work later. A few hours later, you realise it's time to get late and the two of you depart together. Looking at Elizabeth, you feel today went quite well. Okay? Carry on building that relationship. Okay, accept. We might as well. Get a credibility to back up. We need to get that pell down. Right, rendezvous again. Is this one with Alex this time? Military, yep. So we need to have a military dress. It is a provincial outfit with -20. Exhausted. After spend the first half, yep, we know that. Yep. That was a massive credibility hit. You return to the idyllic Gwinnett Paradise, which is already packed with enthusiastic patrons clapping in time with the band's music, drinking great gulps of wine and dancing. Yep. Yeah, usual. Yeah, classification. Yeah, it's the same thing. I noticed with Sidotti in my first one, these rendezvous, they always happen in the same place. You'll meet, for example, we always used to meet Sidotti at a park in the middle of Paris, and we always met him there. And it's the same with this one. Always seem to meet at the same place. It always seems to be you'll meet a certain character at a certain place, and that's it. You're always ever going to meet him there. Well, we need to rest because that's just ridiculous. Explore Paris. We've got a lot of stuff to do. Okay. Assisting Antoine. I'm not going to go near that one. Right, let's just rest at home today. We need to get our credibility down. Yeah. Standard, nothing to see there. The 6th of June 1789. Okay. Hang on, I can't see my diary. Events, the 8th of June, accept. Yep, again, same, we meet him there again as well. On a raid. Oh, blimey. Oh no. Oh no. What was I thinking? That's just bonkers. Oh God. I couldn't see events weren't coming up there, but I couldn't decline any of them. That's just insane. That's just absolutely insane. Oh well, we're there now. Let's get to this next party. We're going to take such a massive credibility hit on the last one of those things. Crown. Provincial dress. Yep. More gossip. Yep. More credibility. Okay. Right. We've got 4 turns. That's a lot, isn't it? We've got here. A composer of considerable ability is eager to get a chance to speak to this person. We have drunk person, or we have royal intrigue. Let's go with this one here. Pick a conversation. You enter the card room and nearly bump into a man who's dressed in a far more sober clothes than most of the gentlemen at the party. It's good to see you again, Madame Yvette, Angelos says as he looks you over to make sure that you're all right. Are you here to see Chevalier de Saint George as well? He's an accomplished composer, a well-regarded polymath, and a master fencer. I'm not sure what that is. But anyway, there's really nothing the man can't do. It's no wonder His Majesty refers to him as his favourite American. His voice drops slowly, gestures to the expensively dressed gentleman in the room. However, as you can imagine, there's a significant way to be able to speak to him. Nothing so gauche as an official list, but you know how people of rank are. They strutting peacocks quite attached to the established pecking order. He glances on Angelos simply isn't wrong. He recognizes a few guests in the area that come from extremely powerful energy. Simply put, they're not people one can simply barge ahead of without dangerous consequences. I know you hunt for gossip. If you help me, I might have something for you. But on Monsieur's my friend always has an appointment with a chevalier. I don't want to do that. I'm sure you have a what? Asked the gentleman regarding you with suspicion. And one thing's for certain is nobody here is taking appointments. He continues, his voice invasion and imperious. You feel how many important scandalised men staring at you. Oh, that was a bust, wasn't it? Just when it's a careful new stock specialist, the two of you slink away from the room somewhere quite honest, scornful. To devil with him, Angelos mumbles to himself. No, I'll never meet Chevalier de Saint George. So I must come up with a new plan. Well, that was a bust, wasn't it? With that he leaves you to your own devices. Hopefully you can find somewhere to repair your reputation. Oh, that debacle. That was a debacle, that really was. What we've got over here. Ooh, we have Elizabeth. Let's go speak to Elizabeth. That's always a nice, entertaining conversation. You find yourself in a conversation with Elizabeth and an animated young noble. His manners are honestly a little lacking, but he seems to make up for it with his exuberance. Wait a minute, I knew I'd recognise you, Madame Co, the young man declares. Aren't you the woman the Viscount invited to a party just to humiliate them? Oh, jeez. His next comment disappears mid-sentence as his attention is captivated by someone passing by in the hallway. Pardon me, ladies, the Duchess de Gramont has just arrived and I absolutely must speak with her. Oh, off with you, you're off to throw your affections at some beautiful young thing already. Not exactly, he replies with a pride, however, my family is in dire straits and she's fabulously wealthy, so... With that, he leaves an order to initiate a transactional romance of some sort that the world has honestly seen quite a few of already. Look, she says, it feels like everything is coming apart at the seams. Everyone's just scrambling for whatever crumbs they can find. What if His Majesty really can't keep France together? I have my daughter Julie to think about, and does the Crown not even have any friends left? Or are we just really sailing on a ship that's disintegrating in a storm? No matter what you say, whatever Elizabeth ends up with, No matter what you say, whoever Elizabeth ends up reaching out to will gain a small boost of power from her trust alone, even if it doesn't necessarily shift their loyalty. I know I can weather the storm, but it's not just about me. Hasn't the church been close to the crown? You think I should reach out to the church? The church, that just seemed like a good idea. Last I heard, at least, they still cared for us. Hopefully this still holds true. Gain some more favour. Well, regardless, I should reach out to the church no matter their opinion of his message, or perhaps they'll just like me personally. Churches gain power. The conversation continues for a while longer, but you can tell Elizabeth's attention has become focused instead on your suggestion. She excuses herself, and you're left to join devices once more. Perhaps there's something else you can still accomplish at this party. Well, so far this has been a complete washout, hasn't it, really? That's a drunk man. Yeah. Okay. While taking a turn through the party, you find yourself talking to a woman about the host. You don't know that the host particularly well, but she seems decently acquainted with them. By the way, have you heard about our host? He trails off, looking clearly excited. I guess the question I should be asking is, how well do you know them? I don't know the issue you're thinking of. Of course, I'd like to hear your easy credibility challenge. I know our host better than you might think. Oh, I have no idea if you're so well acquainted. My apologies. You may have fooled her now, but the claim feels that's like the sort of thing will definitely come back to haunt you. Oof. Now that she's been thrown off balance by your claim to know the host even better than she does, you manage to continue the conversation using context cues to pull together details of the story from her. These details are somewhat of some interest indeed. You gain a cheap crime gossip. With that information extracted, you manage to find a way to gracefully exit the conversation. You're not sure why, but you're reasonably certain that you heard her give a sigh of relief as you walk away. Perhaps there's something else that can be done while you're here. Gentleman is introduction to the individual note. I don't know. Let's get this one. You gracefully slip between tightly knit groups of aristocrats, almost offensive in the combined garish power of their finery. You still find an opening in any particular circle. Too many unfamiliar faces and no introductions to be had. You spot an august gentleman by himself in a lonely corner. He seems charming charming enough. Oh, bonjour, madame. Are you feeling out of place as well? I've been in Paris for a few days, and I've yet to make any strong inroads with other titled persons here. Though that certainly hasn't stopped me from overhearing certain things. But please, enough about me. How are you faring amongst all this? Well enough. That's tell me what you've heard, or I'll make your life difficult indeed. The rumour, well, I may not know on here, but I know enough to spread scurrilous rumours. I would advise you to do the same, but it appears you're quite beyond that already. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Before you can even formulate a suitably stinging rebuttal, he storms off, leaving you to look quite the fool. Well, that was a complete and utter car crash. Absolute and total car crash. That was just a disaster. Look at that. Well, that was a complete washout. Blimey. Okay, anyway, onwards and upwards. Good on Camille. Yeah. Off you go. We like Camille. Okay. What was I thinking there? Well, we can't. Our credibility can't get tanked anymore, can it? Let's explore Paris. Let's help Alex with this. Visit location. You draw your shawl a little closer as you're buffeted by another gust of wind. Checking the notes in your journal, you can see that you're close to a graveyard of Alex wanting to meet you. However, you've still no idea what you're really here for. You spot Alex before he sees you. He looks pensive. Watch him first. Hanging back, you watch him for a while. He paces back and forth and like a caged tiger, wearing an expression of deep concern. With his powerful strides, he looks ever the man of action. Even when he's worried, you feel as if you understand him a little better. You gained a little credibility. He looks at you and approaches his face wearing the same stony expression of concern. I see you chose to observe me before deciding to engage. I certainly respect that, I admit. I would have done the same in your position. My letter wasn't as clear as it should have been. You take a breath. He gestures at the cemetery gate nearby. This is where my father is buried. I've never been here before. Together you walk through the open gates. Off in one corner you say our family gathered together for a funeral. You keep your distance from them, and in return they pay you no mind. Like so many little boys growing up, my father was my hero, a dashing rogue, a secret aristocrat, hiding away from my mother in the distant mountains of a tropical paradise. Hiding home with my mother, he sacrificed so much to give me everything. But when I said he sold me to afford his passage to France, I wasn't telling the whole truth. I wasn't the only child my mother never made it. I wasn't an only child, and my mother never made it to this country. His next words are difficult, a creaking wheeze. My father sold my 3 siblings and my mother. Oh my God! There's no policy set in place to buy them back. He never intended to see them again. It's nice being your father's favourite, but sometimes. No, I haven't, because they're thousands of miles away. Where simple messages take months to arrive, because my father had powerful enemies when he left Santo Domingo, and because all this happened nearly a decade ago. Seeing your confused expression as the anger leaves him, only replaced with melancholy. The average lifespan of a working slave in Santo Domingo is around 10 years. Oh dear. You arrive at a gravestone that's carved from fine marble, but already marred with dirt and soot. It says Marquis Alexander Anton David de la Perlettere. A series of battles are listed under the name. He served in the army as well. I joined up to make him proud. When he died, I realised there was nobody left to be proud of me. I thought I should honour his memory, but now I'm starting to think that's wrong too. I've been trying to live up to a great legacy, which isn't great at all. And be the man you always imagined your father to be. Be a better vision. Take the advantages he gave you and use them to right his wrongs. You're absolutely right. I must fight for others. I must do the things he would never have thought to do. We get some favour. He leans back and his head and salutes. I am Thomas Alexandre David de la Perlettere, true heir to the title of the Marquis de Perlettere. I'm probably saying that wrong, so I do apologise. He sighs contentedly as if letting down a great weight, but none of that matters. Today I am Thomas Alexander Dumas. I am a man who will help the downtrodden, one who will use his might in service of right. He looks at you and grins. I am so fortunate to have people with me who can help me when I was lost. He kneels down with a handkerchief and cleans the smudge from dirt from the headstone. Farewell, father, I shall not return. Yvette, I think we should be on our way. You walk outside of them, notice that the funeral party was from before has also finished up. While they look somber, you can tell them that they're also ready to move on with their lives. Thank you again. I didn't think I could do that by myself. Please, I was glad to do it. He gives you a theatrical bow. I am in your debt. He gets some more favour with Alex. You look to the eyes and realise the sun is setting. You glimpse beautiful oranges and purples between the buildings of the Paris skyline. Another day in the place that's been kinder to me than anywhere else in the world. It gives me freedom, education, and excitement. He reaches his arm around your waist and love. Embrace him. You up your arms him and he looks close, tightly and fiercely. His body is still as still and powerful as a tree. But as you rest your head against his chest, you can hear his heart beating a furious tempo. I'm sure we've getting a bit of favour with him. Love is, of course, bigger than its grand romantic gestures. The two of you spend the next hour watching the sunset, laughing and joking with each other. He regales you with the stories of daring that grow more improbable with every new telling. The sun sets, and with nightfall he walks you home. You find Camille waiting for you outside. Bonjour, madame. Bonjour, monsieur. Bonsoir, monsieur. Did you enjoy your evening? I think Madame de Coët is going to be a little more cautious when agreeing to mysterious invitations from now on, but otherwise I think it will, Alex suggests. Camille laughs, but I'm not sure if she gets the joke. With that, Alex excuses himself and heads off into the night. And you enjoyed yourself as well, madam? It was a lovely evening. When memories of a happy evening still in your mind, you head upstairs to record the details in your journal before getting ready for bed. Okay? Alright then. The vents aren't appearing there anymore, which is a bit of a pain. Yeah, the vents have stopped appearing there, which is a bit annoying. Rendezvous. Oh, we need to... Yes, this is just going to be a disaster. Revolution, I'll do. After spend the first half of the day getting ready, you head out for your rendezvous. Exhausted, credibility's down. You return to Legrand. Yeah, because this is where we always meet him. It's always like we meet we meet the same people in the same places. But anyway, you return to Les Grands downstairs de Roy, and the energy is already frenetic. While the stage performers are getting ready, various jugglers, comedians, and handlers are working the aisles, building the energy of the audience. There we go. Alex, as tumultuous as ever, storms over to you shortly after you arrive. So you made it, shall we? You look ravishing, by the way, he says, quietly but firmly before walking ahead of you. You've got a stagger mad to favour than Tom. He looks around. You're not really certain if he's examining the location or looking for threats. Oh, I love Legrand's dancer de Roy. He laughs as a group of dancers take to stage. Don't let the name fool you. This place is a raw expression of people's desire. In some ways, the theatre is more than reality itself. More favour, because I'm going to drink them. The show is comical, stirring, shocking, and the two of you are on your feet for anybody else to yell for an encore. The lights of the stage reflect in Antoine's eyes like a field of stars, and for a moment he seems more dazzling than life itself. A few years later, you realise it's starting to get late, and the two of you depart together. Looking at Antoine, you feel like they went quite well. Okay. Rendezvous number 2 with... I can't remember who this is. Oh, it's Alex again. Alex. That's just going to be a party. Military. Where's my military one? Yeah, I'll do. We know that. Credibility. I don't have any credibility to worry about. Yep. Yeah. Standard. Conversation. I'm just going to go through this because it's pretty standard. I'm just skimming really to make sure there's nothing jump out that we've missed. Okay. Again, we're going to meet in Elizabeth. That's going to be exactly the same conversation as previously. Where we are, something different. A young revolutionary illegally putting up posters decrying the crimes and effective response to the famine in sweeping France was nearly arrested today. Narrowly avoiding the arches, he fled to the Cathedral of St. Louis de Invalides and tried to declare asylum within the hallowed ground. The military has been called in to apprehend this criminal, as this cathedral is part of one of their complexes. The problem, of course, was that nobody had seriously attempted to seek asylum within a church in a very long time. Some lawyers would debate as to whether the legal rights even still exist. The real question comes down to where the church's true loyalties lie. In this case, priests claiming to be acting towards the preservation of order on public good refused to grant the young revolutionary asylum and turned him over to the soldiers. This is favourable to the crown, but damage to people's faith in the church's authority. The crown gained some power, the church lost some power, and so in Paris life goes on. Okay, oh look, we've now got kisses across the board here. Look at that, almost got a full set, apart from this pillock. But anyway, that's not good, that's even worse. Okay, calendar. We're going to meet Elizabeth. Yep, I'll do. Yep. Credibility, don't have any credibility to worry about. Late. You look nice. Look away to your location. Elizabeth looks at the jardine, the plants and smiles. I bet this is absolutely lovely. I could use a little relaxation. You gain some favour with Elizabeth. Yep. Okay, standard. I'm just mildly accepting anything. Okay. Yes, just look at that. It's just going to be absolutely ridiculous, right? Who we're meeting there? I can't remember. Oh, on her aid. Okay. She is bourgeoisie. That'll do. Yeah, yep. You're knocking downstairs at the front door. Camille answers it and you can exchange, but the muttering is too soft for you to make out any specifics. A few minutes later, Camille enters your room and whispers, Madame Gazelle is here to see you. Don't worry, I'll delay here till you're ready. Before you can reply, Camille sets off to her new task with gusto. You're not optimistic about her success based on what you can hear from her stammered attempts at an argument in the stairway. Some moments later, they enter together. Camille trailing behind Mademoiselle. Your hapless maid is carrying a large parcel with a bow on it. Madame, you have to understand. Try to stop her. Camille wails softly. It is true. It was a very sweet attempt, Mademoiselle admits, reassuring Camille with a light pat on the cheek. Satisfied, she sets focus on you. Monsieur, that I've come bearing gifts. The parcel is placed in your hands, and she continues. This morning I realised that we were almost the same size. And also I also know that you, ever the social butterfly, are always looking for novel outfits to wear at parties. I looked through my order and I found that I had something which would look better on you than it does on me. In fact, how would you feel like wearing it tonight? Are you sure that's the only reason why you were marrying while I'm still half naked? She barely conceals a smile. I considered it, but this is really more unexpected bounty. This is more of an unexpected bounty than anything else. Okay, some favour. What's up, Camille? Go ahead, open it. You open the package of a gorgeous black silk dress, expensive and rather revealing. It certainly feels in line with the bourgeoisie. You've been gifted Honorade's outfit. Honorade pulls her pocket watch from her bodice and notes the time. Poor putting away it. It seems that I've already taken too much of your time. If you want to make our rendezvous tonight, you'll have to be. You'll need some help getting ready. Don't worry, Madame. Camille happily injects. That's something that will not be necessary, Madame interrupts. Your mistress and I shall attend to this ourselves. But after the word, Mademoiselle firmly politely ushers Camille out of the room. As I was saying, let's get you ready. This, of course, isn't the first time I've helped. This isn't the first time anyone has helped you get dressed before. However, those occasions were about comfort and efficiency. A ribbon tied here, a pin placed there. You were the one in control. This is different. Be pulled this way and that, being fussily primped and preened without any consultation to you whatsoever. You're not the one in control here. All that seems to matter are whether your appearance pleases her. Smile. Oh my God, I don't think I should be letting you do this. Stay-sat lets her do as she pleases. Just as you stop, pull away from her, she places hands on your shoulder and forces you down onto the seat in the vanity. Holding a makeup brush in one hand, she grasps you firmly by the chin with the other, and presses who you want little of it. It won't do any good. I always get my way, and you'll be no different. Ew. Her eyes drink in your every last detail. She wants your resistance just so she can break it. Okay. You look at yourself in the mirror and you have to admit, Honorade has good taste. She spends most of the time adjusting your bodice. Before you know it, these adjustments are slowly turning into something firmer and more sensual. Yet, the moment you start to submit to her touch, she pulls away, leaving you wanting more. Ew. Shall we go? She asked innocently, as if it was all your imagination. Are you sure perhaps we should stay in? Oh, that is tempting. She leans close to his ear, but I've already spent far too much effort to have the world miss out on how perfect I just made you look. The warm whisper suddenly turns to ice, so you will do exactly what I say. Do you understand? She takes your stun silence agreement good. I'm glad we understand each other. Blimey, she's a bit of a control freak. The two of you head out. Outside where Rennie is waiting, awaiting you with Mademoiselle's carriage. She holds the door open for you and see the two of you are whisked off to your destination. Okay. It's the first time visiting the fine dining room of La Grande Taverne de Londres. A few aristocrats glanced up from the tables at you and take your measure before returning to their splendid food. Oops. Ever since you arrived together, Mademoiselle has been standing far closer to than the rules of politeness might allow. It is easy to forget how good she is at looming over people. Oh, this is very pleasing, she is, looking at you through narrowed eyes as she slowly circles like a panther. You've done quite well. You've gained a staggering amount of favour. I'm not surprised. Turning her attention from you, she surveys the location. Oh, I absolutely adore this place, Mademoiselle says with a sigh. The food is exquisite, the lavish decor is excellent, and you know how much I love being served. Okay. It seems Mademoiselle already knows the staff quite well. They have a solid rapport. She orders for you, but the food that they give you is exquisite. At one point, the owner, Monsieur Beauvilliers, comes out to speak with both of you. Cuts a comical figure with his portly stature, twinkling eyes, and a sword at his hip. It seems that here Mademoiselle knows each other quite well, as he has a special dessert brought to your table as a gift. The two of you split it, and she lets you have the lion's share. A few years later, you realise it's getting late, the two of you depart together. Looking at Mademoiselle, you feel like to do quite well. I'm not surprised. Blimey. Oh, another party. Right, okay, go to the party. That's just bonkers, isn't it? But we've got no credibility to worry about, have we? Honorary's gift. Wow. That's quite the outfit, that, isn't it? Wow. What is it? It's a military ball. Military ones are boring. It's military ball, isn't it? Okay. Take to the party. Actually, credibility's gone up. Okay, because they like the outfit, basically. Yep. Okay. Now the games begin. We have got Lone Man, Drunk Man, Harried Huntsman. Ew. Okay. Interesting. There's been an update, so whether that's kind of... Hold on a second. Okay. Taking another turn around the pod, you notice that the old gentleman who looks particularly harried. Just before you decide to approach him, he attempts to take a glass from a serving table and then he drops it. This elicits a muffled string of curses from him. Ah, bonjour, madame. Please accept my apologies for that embarrassing display. It wasn't quite become of a gentleman. Not to burden you with my woes, but some recent news has left me quite undone. A distant relative of mine is guest at Versailles, and he recently invited me to join him on a hunt. Not just any hunt, but one led by the Majesty himself. The king is going to be there, he repeats with woeful refrain. His grandfather and the master huntsman, His Majesty, is like to cut from the same powerful cloth. To the contrary, last you've heard is that His Majesty couldn't be further from his grandfather in terms of personality, decisiveness, or vigorous pastimes. To your knowledge, King Louis XVI is a quiet man who spends most of the time on indoor hobbies like locksmithing or avoiding his wife. Mon Dieu, I've never even been hunting once. Truthfully, I have no interest in killing an animal in the name of sport. Surely I draw steel against any man who affronts my honour. But to my knowledge, no deer nor fox has ever borne any malice against me. If I show up and make a fool of myself, then the embarrassment shall be too much to bear. However, if I spur such a rare opportunity, it could be seen as an insult to my host. I feel like a ship without a rudder in a stormy sea. Yo, if that's what you told the king was... What if I told you the king was garbage hunting? What, cried Gas, did you say the king wasn't good at something during a crown party? We're not a crown party now. Oh, are we? Okay, it definitely wasn't meant to be that loud. New moment. I think there's been a recent update and I think that's bugged out because we were at a military party, not a crown party, so that's clearly a bug. Yeah, because we were at a crown party, not a military party. That's a blow, because it's too tanked our pebble, isn't it? Oh well. Yeah, this one. Yeah, that was because I'm sure there's been I'm sure I've been on one of the. If I can get the screen working without bombing my system out. Yeah, there's been. If there's a cut there, I think I did bomb myself to the desktop. But yeah, there's been an update and it's kind of stability, mainly improvements to stability of save games, incident updates, and typo fixes. Yeah. Anyway, I think that was a bug because we weren't at a crown party. But anyway, enough of that. Taking another turn of the party, you come across a beleaguered chambermaid attempting to contain a guest who is clearly far too deep in his cups. After days of grande, is it not? I've been let in on such an amazing things by our host. You'll all see that trust in my discretion was not misplaced. Chambermaid, I'm so unsure, but I've strict orders from the lady of the house to ensure that you are not overserved. I simply cannot get you another drink. So calls out to chambermaid, and she looks behind her towards a new disaster in the process of unfolding. In a panic, she leaves her charge while heading towards the latest problem. As she's leaving, she calls out over her shoulder, "Please, monsieur, stay here and find some water. Water, that base drink, it rusts still. Water from a man of not my knowledge. Pardon, monsieur, that sounds so important, whatever it could be." What is, well, he stares off into space, squinting as if he's trying to read a book that has been placed very far away from him. It's a matter of requiring great secrecy, he says, glaring at you with all the willpower that he can summon. Decent amount of credibility, stumbles away. Great glances forced to see that can only narrowly avoid colliding with other guests. Not exactly the sort of man you expected to outwit you, but c'est la vie. Well, that's another disaster. Yeah, we're not doing very well at parties at the moment, are we? Today's episode's quite thoroughly been a disaster. Yeah, again that one. Okay. These are going to be all after each other, aren't they? Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, again. Yeah. Okay. That's just not what I wanted to see. That was not what I wanted to see at all. Right. Let's get out into Paris. Let's go and sell some gossip. Let's sell these events first. Return to the map. That's Ludovicchio. That's just Dreammongers. Alex on the raid. Okay. Let's rest first. Visit location. Yep, got rid of all our exhaustion. Camille knocking at the door. Rent. Okay. Right, let's go to... Oh, that's just crazy. That's just crazy. Let's go to the dress shop at La Petite Mogale. Visit location. See what dress... let's go in. So we've got... Is that it? We did look very nice though. Right. So what I've got at the moment, we've got... That's got 60. That's got 35, but it's not popular with anybody. So we've got military dresses taken care of. And the bourgeoisie's dresses taken care of. So, okay, so military and bourgeoisie are fine. Ooh, yeah, well, that's 149. I do like that though. We look very smart. They look very glamorous. I like that as well. Can we afford both of them? That's a very nice outfit. Just check me out, man. Flash Trasman, you're a woman of fashion. Right, church. See, this ticks multiple boxes. Military, we don't need military. The robe on chemise. But this ticks more boxes. Let's buy that. Confirm. That leaves us with 85. Okay. If we sell... If we sell that for 61, I like that as well. Let's sell that for 51. That gets 146. Go back into buy. See, so that's all what we've got. So we've got that takes care of the military. That takes care of the church. That kind of doesn't really take care of anybody. In fact, I might actually sell that as well. So we've got bourgeoisie. We need a revolution, and we need the revolution. The revolution and the crown. Revolution of the crown. Slim pickings on this, isn't it? See, that doesn't really that kind of does tick a box for the crown and the church and bourgeoisie, but that doesn't tick that box there, does it either? Though. Purchase that for 51 because I like it. We need +2 for the revolution. We've bought that, so we've got a better crown. What's the best crown one we've got? See, this ticks lots of boxes, this one does, but then that. Okay, we'll leave the shop. 15th, Desjardins. Another set of parts. So these are just like, so let's just get through these. Okay. This is meeting Elizabeth. Our provincial dress. Rendezvous. Yep. Photos you look stunning, she gushes, it looks over notice her empty hand eye sketch you in the air. Yep. Pretty much the same conversation. Okay. Yeah, I've noticed that on these rendezvous. The rendezvous are always exactly the same. And this is sort of great me, like 21st. Because also, yeah, we've got to be careful what we're doing here. We are going to have to go to sell some gossip there. Otherwise we're going to be a bit spot of bother. Let's go to this one. This is the opera with the crown. Go to the party. Yep. Yeah, we're going to need to get some money. Let's have a chat with Elizabeth again, because she's there. Big conversation. The party is winding down. You're slightly tipsy, a little dishevelled, and your feet ache, but you think you've conducted yourself about as well as you could tonight. You can hear some of the guests grumbling angrily about something, but it doesn't really concern you. You say your goodbyes in the vestibule, getting ready to leave. A young man approaches you, and my sister, Madame, your friend is drunk. Pardon, who might that be? Madame Lebrun, she's quite drunk and said you'd help her get home. Oh, it's Elizabeth that needs my help, but of course. He sighs, visibly relieved that he no longer is to be responsible for this. He points to the back of the vestibule you're occupying. Missy, your friend is over there. He leads you to Elizabeth, who's pretending to lean casually against the table, but obviously needs the support. She brightens up when she sees you, and you can hear other guests grumble and whisper, angrily transferring them onto you as well. So, Yvette, do you want to leave as much as I do? In the carriage, her bright demeanour diminishes. She goes quiet, staring at the floor, fiddling with her handkerchief. It takes a few minutes before she speaks. Someone said something. I slapped him. I I might even spilt his drink. Since when have you minded what those small indoor boars think? Since always she screams, it wasn't her. Her voice is suddenly small again, barely whisper. Why wouldn't it? I ignored my distractors for years. I never lost my temper, hoping that they'd move to something else. She pauses to curse under her breath. Now it's beyond that. Hating me isn't even anger anymore. It's just part of proving you're an important lover of the arts, someone with taste. I'm not even a person to them. I'm a symbol. The scheming climber who only got a position through royal patronage. To make it worse, I'm about to do it again. The worst part is I know my work's good. I know it's valuable. Still, I will always appreciate earnest compliments. Gain some favour. I've been told that Princess Marie of Austria's interesting commissioning me, but no matter how many letters I write to state I can't get a response, this could be a huge opportunity for me, and some reason I can't get letters past her staff. However, Princess Marie of Austria is my Antoinette's sister. You're afraid of reaching out for a favour again. Elizabeth nods gratefully that you understand exactly it. Maria and I have only just started talking again. I can't just start asking for things. Please don't just accept that you won't get this commission. Put your friendship first. Looks like it's a long sly shake. You're right. If I want to stop feeling guilty, I have to make sacrifices. Thanks for that. I was just caught up in so much success. I won't think about what's important. You force her to think of herself or a monarchy depends on the displays of power to survive. Every piece of art is a glorifying a monarch grants power not only to them but to the idea of kings and queens itself. Without Marie Antoinette using influence to get her way, and without Princess Marie having a great portrait to glorify her, the legitimacy of kings and queens atrophies a little. Atrophies. I can't even say that word there, just a little. You're shaken from the thoughts by the lurching feeling of your casual interest. Stop looking out the windows as you see you arrived at Elizabeth's house. Thanks for helping Yvette. Obviously feeling better than before. Alright, let me know if I need to hit anyone next time. Oh, I definitely will. Elizabeth laughs with a devious smile. You step south of the carriage into the night, and with a signal to your coachman, you take off into the night. And back to the party. Okay. Alright, good deed done. All these much of a muchness. That one. You gracefully, yep. So I've got some in the corner, seem charming enough. Bonjour, madame, you feel like, yeah, we just had this one. Certain things, yeah, let's try that one. Certain things, have you doing well? I might not know anyone here, but yeah, it didn't work last time, did it? I should have learned that from the last one, should I? Oh well. Continuing. We're not having much luck with parties, are we? For the last few weeks, discussions at the State General has been dragging out and going ever more divisive. Enraged by the unfair representatives of the third state created their own body called the National Assembly and invited members of the other states to join them in negotiations on what would in theory be fairer ground. This is, of course, in direct conflict with the orders of the King, who determined the voting system used in the State General. The nobility in the first state have called on the Church, on the Crown, to issue swift and decisive condemnation of this rebellious act. However, His Majesty King Louis XVI has yet to issue an official statement on the National Assembly. Reports suggest that he is instead chosen to spend the last few days in long meetings with the courtiers of his Privy Council trying to reach a decision. And so, in Paris, life goes on. Alright. I want to get to these two because, yeah, we're not going to be able to rest. We're going to need to go and we need to get some rent money for, because she's going to chase us for rent soon. Alright, let's get this one done. In fact, I'm going to leave that. We'll do that in the next episode. I can quite frankly say this episode has been a disaster. Just look at our credibility's come from up here somewhere to down here. That's annoying because that's because of a bug in that in the military took us to a crown conversation. So that's a bit annoying, that is, really. So that's got tanked anyway. It's tanked because of a bug. Also, events that start appearing here, and this is just crazy. I might start turning down parties, but yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. We ain't got enough money. If we've not got enough money for a vet, when, and I can't get out of this. Okay, that's one for the next one. Anyway, phew, that was a tumultuous episode. We made a Grand Honour raid, which was interesting. I want to see where that's going to go, because yeah, that could get interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I wish the rendezvous would be slightly different. You're not going to the same place all the time. But anyway, that's all for next time. Thanks very much for watching, as ever, and I shall see you next one. Thank you. Bye.